Well, here in Charlotte, city leaders are pushing efforts to curb use of force by CMPD. Last week, City Council voted to conduct a thorough review of CMPD policies, comparing them to the 8 Can't Wait campaign, 8 steps that have been shown to decrease deadly police encounters. On social media today, CMPD posted this image saying they've already put those practices into place and inviting the community to take a survey. New at 6, WCNC Charlotte's Lana Harris takes a closer look at some of those policies and how local police are trained.
Well, police are there to take people who've committed crimes to jail. So these 2 recent instances of black men dying during police encounters have brought officers' training into question.
The issue of African-American males dying by excessive police force has been thrust into the nation's spotlight after the death of George Floyd and now Rayshard Brooks in Atlanta. We asked former Charlotte Police Chief Darrell Stevens about what it's like for officers in these high-stress scenarios.
What goes through the police officer's mind is to use the least amount of force that they can to control the person.
Stevens says they're trained to implement time, distance, and safety measures.
You try to slow it down, try to put as much distance as you have between you and the subject, and if you have cover, take cover.
Still, African Americans have been killed by the police at a disproportionately higher rate than any other demographic. And Stevens says in the last few years, more emphasis has been placed on scenarios and bias training.
They're trying to recreate situations that they might encounter in the street. Implicit and explicit bias training.
In Charlotte, CMPD Police Chief Kerr Putney recently updated their use of force policy, only allowing deadly force if the officer believes they're in danger of the subject using deadly force, if the officer believes the subject is trying to escape by means of deadly weapon, or if they believe the subject is an imminent threat of death or serious injuries to others unless immediately apprehended.
We're saying sanctity of life is paramount.
After the death of Keith Scott in 2016, Chief Putney also has plans to build a de-escalation facility to help train officers further.
Now, in CMPD's updated use of force policy, they also listed 7 circumstances where the use of a firearm would not be warranted. We've got that information on our website, WCNC.com. In Uptown, I'm Lana Harris, WCNC Charlotte.